Hello everyone, welcome back to Isadora. It's really good to be back. Hope you're having a good week. So today I wanted to talk about a topic that is near and dear to me, very personal, and it's revenge. Now, at the end of the day, we're all human, right? Sometimes people do things to us. Do you understand? Especially when it's unfounded. Do you understand? And you just want to get them back. You just want to do something horrible. Do you understand? You just want to pay them back. But today I wanted to also talk about the concept of it and of what revenge really is and see if it's worth it or not. Okay, so first of all, I have a question that plagues me, and this is a major bother for me. Like, how does a grown person, an adult, somebody with functional brain, how does a grown person sit down and map out somebody else's downfall and watch their lives go down, and they enjoy it? They enjoy it. How does that work? Make it make sense. Like, and these are the people that will tend to call you and to check up on you to see how their plan is going in your life. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that everybody that calls you is doing that. People call you because they love you. People call you because they miss you. They call you because they want to talk to you about one thing or the other. But at the same time, some people call you because they just want to see if the plan they've mapped out for your life is actually working well in your life. Do you understand? How does that work? Do you understand? So they call you and you're all innocent, telling them about what's going on in your life, your problems, not realizing that they are the ones behind it. Do you understand? How do you know though? You don't know what the calls are for. So I guess the best thing to do as a human being is stay in the place of prayer. Stay in the place of meditation. Do you understand? That's why, in the Christian religion, religious text says, pray without ceasing. Do you understand? You should always be in the place of prayer because you just never know. Do you understand? So basically, like, how does that, it really bothers me. And unfortunately, we live in a world where good is bad, is deemed as bad, bad is deemed as good. Do you understand? When people do bad, let me break it down. Like, if you see somebody that says, oh, I'm a hacker, I hack into people's accounts, I'm a player, I play women, you see people generally hailing that stuff. Do you understand? You see people, you're very smart. That's what people tend to call smart. Well, some people, I'm not saying everybody. Do you understand? And you see somebody trying to do good, and you see a lot of people saying, I'm sure there's something behind it, I'm sure they want something, I'm sure. Do you understand? So good is generally downplayed, while the bad stuff, do you understand, is praised and exalted. And do you understand? So it encourages a lot of people to do the bad things. Do you understand? Like, and the thing is, once they do it to one or two people, then they think it's okay. Do you understand? Then they have this false sense of power. Do you understand? Once they do it and they get away with it with the first person, the second person, then they start to do it to other people. Do you understand? Because at this point now, they start to play God and they think they have a say in what happens in people's lives. Do you understand? Oh, I have a say if your life goes down or if your life stays up or whatever it is. Do you understand? And the truth is, it's false sense of power. It is false sense of power. Let me explain. If you know there's boxing and wrestling, those matches, you understand? The players tend to get millions and millions, most of the time in dollars. You understand? They get millions and millions of dollars. Why? Because both opponents they are aware that there's a fight going on. Do you understand? If you notice, even before the match starts, what happens is that the players will tend to they tend to threaten a lot. Do you understand? Oh, don't worry, somebody come and watch the match, I'm going to destroy this person, both opponents are aware that there's a match going on. Now that's true sense of power. Do you understand? That's true test of power, because both opponents are aware. Do you understand that there's a fight going on? How is it that you go to a sleeping man, a man is lying asleep, and then you go to a sleeping man and kick him and punch him and do what stuff to him, and then you say, oh yeah, I won? Make him make sense. Do you understand? No, you didn't win. He was sleeping. If you really want to test your power, wake him up. Wake him up, because half the time when people do stuff, it's usually to innocent people. They don't even know something is going on. And then you turn around and say, oh, I won. No, you didn't. You were beating a sleeping man. Do you understand? That's retarded. Do you understand? Like, if you really want to test your power, wake him up. Wake him up and test that power. Do you understand? It doesn't make any sense. And you'd be so lucky. Well, anyway, if you're dealing with somebody with clean hands, when I say clean hands, I'm talking about somebody that is innocent, somebody that is not doing stuff to other people. Because if the victim is doing bad stuff, they're hitting on other people and they're doing bad stuff to other people, then that's their karma. Because the universe has to balance. Whatever it is, what goes around comes around. Do you understand? So if they're doing bad stuff to other people, then that's their karma. But if they're innocent, do you understand? You better pick up your shoes and run. Seriously. Because guess what? There has to be a balance. Let me explain it properly. Whatever you've heard of the law of the universe, the law of sowing, whatever it is you sow, you reap, right? So when you sow a small seed into the earth, you reap fruit, like a huge fruit. You sow this tiny little seed and then you reap something huge, right? So basically, whatever it is you sow, you get back tenfold. Do you understand? That's how you sow a tiny seed and you reap back big fruit. Do you understand? So whatever it is you sow, you get it back tenfold. Whatever it is you put out there, you get it back tenfold. Think about it. So whatever you do to another person, you get it back tenfold. Now, the thing is, a lot of people, when bad stuff starts to happen to them or their children or whatever it is, they don't realize it's the negative stuff they've done to other people. Sometimes it doesn't come back the way we expect it to come back, do you understand? But it always comes back. Always, no exception, because there has to be a balance. It's a natural law of the universe. Whatever it is you sow, you will reap. Do you understand? And you reap it back tenfold. Now, if you're dealing with an innocent person, somebody has to fight back because that person is innocent. So basically, who fights back is God. Who fights back is the universe. Do you understand? So you do something bad to an innocent person, God has to fight you back. There has to be a balance. Do you understand? The universe has to fight you back. That's why, for me, and I'm not kidding, basically when people do stuff to me, I just sit down and go. Most of the time I see them do it. Sometimes I don't. Do you understand? But I do not. I try. It's hard. It's really hard because sometimes I just want to get back. Do you understand? But I've realized that it's better for me to just keep quiet. Do you understand? I just go, I'm just silent. I let them kick, I let them punch, I let them lie, I let them talk, I let them slander, I let them do it. I just keep quiet because I've realized over time, do you understand, in all my years of life, that nothing I can do back to them can be as scrumptious, can be as creative, can be as amazing, can be as delicious as what God will do back to them. Nothing I can do can be half as creative as what God will do back to them. I've realized that. Let me tell you a quick story, right? I once had this friend that was like really dear to me. I mean, at this point I was like a teenager. I wasn't even 18. I know that because I wasn't dating at the time. I'd not started dating. So it was a guy, but very platonic. It just lived down the road from mine. So very platonic. We're just friends. But it was one of those really, really, really quality friendships. You understand? Oh my God, like amazing. Anyway, another friend of mine, a female, came to visit me one day and we were bored. So I'm like, okay, yeah, let's go to my friend's house, blah, 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 blah. So we went there, we had a good time. Like, we watched movies, we laughed and everything, we talked. And we went home. Only for this female to go back behind my back, told this guy a bunch of lies, do you understand? Just so that she could start sleeping with him. I mean, at the end of the day, if she had told me she liked him, do you understand? I would have done introductions. Besides, we're really young. So that bothered me, like, why at that age, why would somebody do something like that? Do you understand? Anyway, I lost that friendship and I was so hurt. If she had done it with a boyfriend, I may have even forgiven it. Do you understand? But that friendship was too quality for me. Do you understand? It was like one of those really, really... Anyway, what happened was years later, do you understand? Years later, now I was past 18. So we're in a gathering and then there was some guy there and this guy was like her supposed... I mean, he was probably asking around, or maybe they just started dating or something along those lines. It was a long time ago. And in that moment, for me, it was an opportunity to take revenge. Now, I wasn't planning it, but in that moment, I was like, you know what? I'm going to take revenge. Do you understand? So I pretty much started dating the guy. So do you understand? I pretty much, but it wasn't long after that. I just left the whole thing. Now, the problem was I thought I would enjoy hurting her back. I thought I would enjoy seeing her in pain, but I didn't. Why? Because in that moment, I'd become just as small. I stooped down to her level. In that moment, I felt just as small as she was. I felt just as retarded. No offense, but seriously, it was how I felt. Like, it was retarded. Do you understand? I felt so small. Do you understand? Like, I did the same thing she did. Like, why, how am I so different from her? Do you understand? Because when she did it at the time, I thought she was like the lowest of low, like the scum of the earth. Now I'd become the same scum, and in that moment I made up my mind never to retaliate on anything again, ever. Do you understand? So, and I haven't since then. Well, not that I can knowingly anyway, I haven't. Do you understand? I just, when people do stuff to me, and trust me, people have done a lot, and most of the time it's usually unfounded. It doesn't make any sense. Do you understand? I tend to just go into the place of prayer and hand it over to God. I just hand it over to the universe, because I know for a fact that they will get it back. I know, and nothing I do will be as amazing or as creative as what God is going to do back to them. And it's going to be tenfold. They might not get it back in the same way I would hope. Do you understand? But somehow they get it back. And the thing is, you must never, even when you see them suffering or you see them going through stuff, you must never rejoice. Because once you rejoice over other people's downfall, then you're reaping karma for yourself. Do you understand? You're never to rejoice over. So I just hand it over to the universe and I move away from it. It hurts. It's painful, but I tend to just move away from it. So I'm going to rush through this right now because my time is... so I'm going to talk about the 3 types of revenge. And I give them little cute names as well. So my first type of revenge is what I call the hater's revenge. Now, these are the people that just hate you. They hate you for no reason, for no cause. They hate you because of what you have. They hate you because of how you look. They hate you because of what you wear. They hate you because of how you speak. They hate you because of your achievement. They just hate you for no reason. Now, they plan your downfall and they try to do bad stuff to you. Do you understand? And by stroke of luck, maybe you're a prayerful person or you understand? The universe just says no. It doesn't happen to you. Bad things start to happen to them instead. And then these people get angry and try to take revenge on you. They start to blame you for the bad stuff that is happening in their lives. They did it to you. You don't even know what's going on. Basically, you're the sleeping man in this situation. And what happens is they get so angry, then they try to take revenge on you. So that's the hater's revenge. My next type of revenge is the payback. This is when you've done something, or someone has done something wrong to you and you're trying to pay them back, like I did. Do you understand? Now, what these people are missing, so this is like the classic, the chicken destroyed my wares, so I'm going to break all its eggs. Do you understand? What these people are lacking, or what I was lacking in that sense, was forgiveness. Do you understand? What happens when you forgive? You let go, and then your hands are free to receive. Do you understand? In religious texts, it says that even when you're angry with your brother, before you come and do Thanksgiving, go and make up with your brother. Do you understand? When you forgive, you leave your hands free. When you're going on the road and you see somebody that's offended you and you stop and you hold on to their shirt, and how are you going to receive? Your hands are full. Do you understand? So when you have stuff, pent up anger over one thing or the other, you're holding on to things that you should really let go of so that you keep your hands free enough for you to receive. Anyway, so my last type of revenge, and this is like my classic. I love this one because it's really dumb. Okay, so this is what I call you got played. Now, reason why this is so dumb is it's revenge that has nothing to do with you, right? So this person, it has nothing to do with you. So one person comes along with a bunch of lies and says, oh, and they tell you all sorts of lies. Oh, this person has done this to me. This person is a bad person. This person is evil. This person is this. Help me attack them. And then you don't verify the story. You get so sentimental about the story you're being told, and you just run and you go, you help them attack the person. Boom. Guess what? Who bears the consequences? Who's the real enemy? The real enemy is the one that hands over their karma to you. Because what happens is they tend to walk away scot-free most of the time. Do you understand? You being the attacker, do you understand, is the one that will get the payback. Because first of all, the person has come to tell you a bunch of lies. Do you understand? So you're dealing with an innocent person, and then God comes back for you. God comes back to fight you back. Do you understand? Who's the real enemy? Guess what? You just got played. Anyway, have a beautiful week. Love you all. Namaste. Stay blessed. Bye.